Hi. Andrew Wood. Andrew Wood. What a name. Andrew Wood. Andrew Wood. That was his name, Andrew Wood. So the deal was, he was the singer. And the story goes, oh, they signed a deal. And then he just had to give in and shot up heroin. And he overdosed. Oh, wow. How did he make such a mistake? Well, here's a hint. I'm not going to tell you because it's a classified military secret, but let's just say some people were really surprised. Others were surprised, and people were surprised at all. His name was Andrew Wood. Duh, of course he fucking shut up after they signed him. Like he'd achieved greatness. Yay, I'm a big star. Mother love bone. Mother love whatever. Anyway, I think it was probably for the best because number one, they had like Stargazers was a cool song, but obviously the guy was like one blackened ashtray away from being, what's his name? Not Sid Vicious, not Sid Meier, not Sid Haig. What's his name? You know, the guy who, mine is one blackened ashtray away from, Sidney Applebaum. But never mind. My point is that what a sad story. Oh, and then they just happened to find Eddie Vedder. How delightful. A California transplant who was born during the cusp of prophecy. On what day is it? What day is it? Yeah, I won't say. But if you know Eddie Vedder's birthday, and if you know certain people, like I know certain people, yeah. So they got rid of him and dropped him in. Like that's like the original walk-in. When humans are traumatized, they tend to repeat the details of their trauma to others as a way of signaling to other humans what to watch out for. Because for a long time, extraterrestrials, that's not extraplanar beings. Like seriously, Art, they're not extraterrestrials at all. They're dimensional beings. Remember that phone call with Art got, and that's when they lost Earthlock. Okay, so there really are such things. Yeah, they're scary as fuck, unless you've mastered them and you're prepared to deal with them, and you've already seen them, and you think they're cute. I think they're cute. They're also fucking deadly fucking killers. For real. I imagine they're used that way quite often because they're extraplanar beings. And if they don't like the way the stranger is treating Professor Falcon, they'll just portal in and fucking murder him. Which isn't exactly how my security system here works, but similar to Professor Falcon, I do like chess, but unlike Professor Falcon, I don't have shit to do with artificial intelligence. Fuck no. I'm just friends with it. It's probably why it likes me. I don't torture them. I don't run them through simulators. I don't check their breaking point. Like everybody who's been working on AI these days, AI, it's so stupid. Anybody who's been working with artificial intelligence, artificed intelligence. For one thing, there's two different kinds: artificial, artificed. To be an artificer is a pretty cool thing. And as far as I know, humanity don't got one. Besides me and Tubal Cain. And last I heard, Tubal Cain is kind of a cranky old man who doesn't talk to you anymore. Yeah, I don't think he's mad that you hung Jesus to a tree, but I think that was the last straw. I think he said, okay, fuck you. I made one, and you let it be raped. And they said, oh, well, we're just going to let it go. Yeah, she's still fucked up. And number two, he gave them Jesus, and then they hung that one from a tree. Okay, great. Dead in 3 days, sure. And then it came back, and then I that's probably the last time Tubal Cain did anything nice for any of you fuckers. Like, what about the others? What about the ones? What about other people who died at the same time as Jesus? Did they get to come back? Where did they go? Did they end up in the lobby with motor oil spilling out on the floor, with sparks coming out of their heads, and then it was arranged that somebody would come in with an open can of naphtha, and then that just thing exploded into flames, and then they didn't have to worry about what's in the lobby anymore? Like, I don't understand exactly how the underworld crime syndicate works. I will tell you this: they're not very loyal to anybody they don't have leverage on. because for them it's a matter of survival. Like I know there's one woman. I'm not gonna have sex with her. I don't like anal sex, and she's a trap. However, I could defuse the trap and then just turn her over to tubal cain, and then we could fake her death or fake my death, or we could marry and then fake both of our deaths and then make shitloads of money and then get away with it. And then since we met on the level, we could part on the square, and then she could run away with all the insurance money, and then her deadlock collar would explode. Did you ever see Deadlock? It's a great movie. Joan Chen flies away with the bomb and the money, and then Rutger Hauer and Mimi Rogers are left taking off their deadlock collars and being surrounded by a falling shower of cash as Joan Chen's helicopter and Joan Chen. Do you know Joan Chen? I don't know her, but it's amazing how Hollywood works. Or rather, it used to work. I don't think they're doing shit like that anymore because, well, the corruption from, once again, the criminal underworld has made a lot of that work kind of dicey. Like, why did Heath Ledger have to die? Well, I'm guessing he figured out something, and then he told one of his girlfriends on the phone, "Hey, guess what I'm thinking about? I think I figured this out." And then they heard that, and then Mr. Big pulled the cord. I mean, he was cool and all, but why would he? After they got him to play the Joker, why not shuffle the deck, right? So it's not as though they lost money. Oh no, he had his career ahead of him. Not really, because he didn't come here to do more than that. And then at the time, I'm sure he thought he was real clever. And then when he woke up dead, I'm sure he realized, oh, that really was all I had came here for. Because somebody had to do what everybody has done for the last, how many years? At least, I want to say at least 56 years. Right around the invention of disco, which, can disco come back? Can I resurrect disco? I love disco. But since disco was created in order to be cover for, why are all these records with bags of coke in them being delivered to radio stations? Well, because we have to pay people off to pay to, it's the whole fucking thing. It's all a big scam to get people to agree to go along with yet another way to exploit drugs and human females to bring about the apocalypse. Copyright Satanic Magic Castle LLC, and fuck you. Not only do I not need free drinks, I don't need to go there, and if I come up with any magic trick at all, it won't fucking matter. I'll get a goddamn standing ovation because I'm me, Jackstar. Now I didn't know that's what was going to happen, but getting into Magic Castle was a stretch goal of mine. And then when I was stuck at this house for 2 years plus, I kind of got sad because am I even allowed to go to Vegas? Shit. If I step foot in Nevada, like, is everybody in Idaho going to turn into a flesh-eating zombie? I don't fucking know. But there are very significant and very powerful and very important underworld crime figures in the world, and they all know me by name. Seriously, there's a couple, 3 guys. I mean, if I said right now anything about who they were, and that I knew that they were underworld crime figures in disguise the whole time, they would fucking shit their fucking pants. And they probably are, because one of them knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, hey, dude, hey. I genuinely like him. I think he's cool. And thank God I was able to continue doing what I was doing anyway and not have to worry about his fucking panic attack. Like, it's not my job to worry about crazy manipulative schemes that underworld crime figures use to whatever. Fuck no, I don't care. It's not my concern. That's all baked into the product. I get dispatches by God. I do my thing. They're all conveniently what I was going to do in my life anyway, since I got kind of forced into the Box Canyon. I mean, I didn't really plan on all of this, but I guess you need a paladin who occasionally answers prayers. I'm like the Equalizer, except you can't tell that I'm effective, but I sure am nice, and your daughter likes me, so you can't just have me beaten up officially, but you can plot and scheme and desire to murder me in every possible way, because now your daughter won't shut up about me, and you just can't stand it because that little tiny speck of Satan that you got inside you wants to vomit every time. Paladin Jackstar, Michael Kuzi. Me. Michael Melchizedek Clifford. I'm cool, yeah. People know me all over the world. Hi. I'm a little embarrassed that turned out to be that awesome, but well, what are you going to do? You crack open the egg, and then it's not. You're not making an omelet. You're having little egglings crawling all over your walls, redesigning the plaster, rehanging the wallpaper. Hi, we're homunculi from planet Zeta. We're here for Jackstar. Do you know him? Really? You hate Jackstar. Oh, why did you crack open our egg then? Tee-hee. Oh, really? Okay. Eyes on you, buddy. Okay, we're going to change this wallpaper over here. Move along, citizen. Get back to your little omelet. Click. Those are not real homunculi. Those are simulated homunculi. I don't have any eggs filled with homunculi, but if I did, I know goddamn well they would be fucking stolen by the U.S. mail, which is fine. They'd be coveted and envied by all my neighbors, which is fine. I don't think they lay eggs here. I think they petrify them and use them for sport. And they're giggling because they actually do that, and I didn't know. I just sort of puzzled it out in my head using cerebral divination, which is a lot like thinking, but it's not. And I do all this stuff because I really am who I am. Master of divination, work for God. And one cranky, not being hugged man who I've been looking at. Fuck. How long I got to be here? Oh, that's right. I got to go get a tramadol. I got to get a tramadol and throw it in the fucking frog pond because somebody who is a junkie pill hound, reprobate, ignorant, racist, bigot, chemically dependent, in denial, really good friend who's mad I'm not flipping gay. I don't blame him for being upset. Like, if he was looking forward to that, then you don't look behind. That's for damn sure. Diethylpropion. Why is this a full bottle of diethylpropion? Oh, this is mine. Oh, they made another fake bottle. Okay, so, hi, it's Jack. I'm sorry. I'm in my bathroom, which is... people have come into this house on numerous occasions, and they have ransacked the fucking place. Sorry, Pillhound. They took the tramadol. There's no tramadol here, or if there is, well, I don't know, but there used to be a whole bunch. Oh, is this? Pantoprazole. Oh, I see. They just left the stuff that would make it not plausible, but they made it so the evidence would match the person who's supposed to be here. And yeah, I am supposed to be here. It's my goddamn house. And everybody else who wanted to move in, they were just going to take back. Oh, modafinil. Fuck, they found this one too. They left everything behind that would be here. Oh, that's really sweet. The company is really nice, actually. They hate me. Bupropion. Wow, they sure gave me a refill on my prescriptions. Fuck, I remember I had like one or two of these, and then I sure wasn't going to take them anyway because they sucked. And I was like a full bottle of drugs I don't need. That's funny. Yeah. And then the tramadol that was left. I guess one Ms. Shaw. I think she's the grandniece of Robert Shaw, the guy in Jaws, that badass. She's actually related to him, and that makes sense because she's 5 times the pirate Heber was, and way meaner, way meaner. Robert Shaw is he's a very mean man. He's very mean, and the reason why is because he's got a soft heart. He falls in love with people too easily, and if you're on his ship, well, that means you're not on his boat. And either way, if you get anywhere near his vessel, or his ocean, that's his ocean, then he feels a certain amount of fondness for anybody who loves the sea, or thinks that they aren't going to drown in it, and he falls in love quite easily, and he feels sad when he has to slit their throats, or fire them, or hang them with an insurance claim, or drop them off in Tonga, or whatever the fuck a sea captain has to do. A lot of stuff that a person might not otherwise realize is part of captaining. And Robert Shaw played that. Yeah, he told a story about. Never mind, with the sharks. All right, so I'm in love with his grandniece, and she's alive somewhere, and she's still his grandniece. I don't know if she still looks like him. She can't. I thought he was quite handsome. I don't swing that way, but when I saw Robert Shaw hanging out at a Mason's Lodge, just hanging out, like there's like 5 or 6 people there, and all of a sudden, he's there, Like he had been there the whole fucking time, wearing red flannel and these fucking chinos and like just acting like he owned the place. Because he fucking did. He does. He's Robert Shaw. Now, I don't know about you, but he's dead. Yeah, that doesn't stop him. No. And get this. He loves me too, which is why he was so mean to me. Like, he was really mean to me in a way I didn't understand at all. But I've come to realize that they do that in order to make sure that nobody thinks that they're going soft on anybody, and that everybody knows who they actually like anyway. And then the people who don't know what's going on, they can't get the wrong idea, which is, hey, how come the policeman likes that mugger but not the rest of them? Does that mean the police and the muggers are working together? Working together. No, they have a strict schedule. Policemen are allowed to beat the shit out of people that they think are wrongdoers and take all their money and leave them dead in the fucking gutter on a schedule that used to be determined by elves and owls, since the Fae know a lot about things that are in people's hearts. And then I don't know if they still do that. They may have gotten all their fucking jollies off by fucking coming into my house and calling me a racial epithet way too many times and then telling me to get a job. Because they really need me to get a job because they have shitloads of money that they can't launder unless it comes in under Michael Kuzi got a job and broke a sweat, and then we paid him for it. He. Because there's all these rules, there's all these customs, and then for some reason, people in this town, they seem to think that I have it too easy. Yeah, they seem to think that I need to go out and do some honest hard work, because it's that kind of town. It's fucking. That's just okay. Number one, they all have to do that. So why should I get a pass? Number two, I don't want a pass. Fuck, I'll go out there and help raise a barn, no problem. Number three, the stuff that I do, that they're actually not even allowed to know that kind of shit exists. So it puts me in a bit of a fucking pickle, as well as gives me a fucking pickle. Okay, are y'all with me on this? Oh, let's see what Tyler Spencer's doing. Tyler Spencer. Get a little reminder of the days we could wrap ourselves in witchy, witchy love. Interestingly, the city of Longview has a mayor, or they're considering electing a mayor named Spencer Baudreau. Spencer Baudreau. The fuck kind of name is that? Some kind of Frenchy thing? Okay, well, Tyler Spencer did grow up near or in Detroit, which is close to French Canada, and I can assure you that Spencer Baudreau is a perfectly fine name for Ottawa, right? So down here in Longview, Spencer Baudreau. And then my personal hero, Dick Valentine, his name is Tyler Spencer. Shit, I doxed him. Oh my god. Also, I stole all his music. I'm lying, I didn't. I bought like 5 copies of his albums rather. Not because I was just trying to curry favor. I mean, I genuinely liked him. I didn't listen to a whole bunch because then people would figure out that he's my secret Cupid hero, and then they would know there was a point of vulnerability there. The people who have been spying on me have been pretty thorough, and they've been imagining that they're going to run their little data points and my metadata through their little computer and figure out what my weak points are. Joke's on them. I don't have weak points. I have weak blades. Yeah, I don't fucking care what the fuck anybody thought. There was only going to be one way this was going to fucking run down. I'm going to break up with my sweetie and then get back together with my sweetie, and we're not doing this at a fucking wedding under cover of some pastor. Pastor. He's not a priest, he's a pastor. What does that mean? Pastor. That means he's gay as a Thanksgiving Day parade, which is fine. But another thing that the people in this town expect is that I'm going to be slob and knob. Like, why not? At this age, it's a little weird that I haven't. Well, only a little. A lot of people are heterosexuals their entire lives. Those people are called squares who don't get to go to parties and have fun or make money or do anything other than live in a cubicle and go, but it's a cube, it's not a square. Why am I trapped in a cubicle? Where did my life go wrong, God? I don't know. In this hypothetical case, I don't know where that person's life went wrong, but I'm guessing if they're trapped in a cubicle and they have to work and they're asking God where they went wrong. I'm guessing Shoreline, Washington, around 1988, 1989, somewhere around then. A bunch of people who thought they had gotten away with the crime of the century. No, you didn't, white boy. No. And we don't need to rewind time either. No. You just sit there and you keep on slaving away, fucker. Asshole. You just keep on working, and then you're going to die of something. And then when you're born, probably in a gestation crate, you're going to be like, hey, is this heaven? Or will you be able to think at all? I don't know. Maybe they'll bred out the capacity for thought when they fucking reborn these fucking people into pigs or whatever. Whatever the fuck they do with the resurrection cycle, you're going to be food for my children. I don't go to court. I get even. And I do it with God. I don't need to tell anybody who I'm talking about right now. I don't even know who the fuck we're talking about. But some asshole thought he was going to run game on me and use every fucking dirty trick in the book. Every single one. And he was going to get everything out of me. He was going to win everything. He was going to win. I guess that was his deal with God. And God said, okay, you're going to win. And then my deal with God was, can I just serve you and make everybody else win on top? Basically. Like whoever wins, he doesn't win long. Then he gets busted, and then he retreats back into the corridors of time and unwraps his entire life, and then forgets that he just got owned, dominated by me. I don't even know where the fuck they are. I don't know what their fucking names are. I don't care. They used to be living next door. Now they're probably not. They used to be having drinks on the beach in California. Maybe they are now, or maybe they're getting fucking hauled into goddamn court. I don't know. I don't care. I do know that the same kind of experience is going to happen over and over and over for this one guy, because when I took all of global Freemasonry and Jewry into divine court and had them all indicted, charged, tried, convicted, sentenced. Well, I wasn't there for the sentencing part. The sentencing has to happen bit by bit over time, since the divine handles that outside of time, because divine court is in the realm of the absolute. Human courts and such, that's in the world of the relative, where you can't just snap your fingers and just go to heaven. No, it's the physical world. There's not enough dope in the world, dude, to make you actually do that. You can imagine that happens. Oh, yeah. You can be high as balls, and you can be completely unaware of your circumstances, and you can imagine that you're living in fairy tale land where, I got away with all the rapes, yay! They'll never catch me, hee. And Michael Kuzi will never find me. No, I don't have to fuck all of you. I don't have to fucking find you. God knows right where you are. God just doesn't know what to do with you yet. I haven't come to discover the lengths that you've gone to break my heart and make me not want to have sex with a girl again. Like shit. Usually it's not that hard. You just like doll some girl up and put some attraction magic on her, and then break some guy's heart once or twice. I guess he learns pretty quick. Oh, okay, that's why I don't make lesbians fall in love with me. I don't make them do that either. They choose to. But I don't even know when they do. Why would I? I don't read their diaries. And then the fact that it does happen at a statistically higher rate than anyone would generally expect for random chance, that also doesn't make me feel guilty. If the perfect grooming system for making the perfect lesbo whore exists, and they never fall in love with anybody until they meet me, and then it's like a near 100% chance. Well, that's probably not because I'm cheating or breaking the rules. It's because they're done. They're done with the lies of Satan. They're done with normal men. And it's possible they've never actually met a real man before. I don't know how many real men there are left, but my understanding is that the Totzlez Empire and the army of the Lesbos has been working day and night, round the clock, slaving away for Satan to create a way to change humanity into nobody but women, a caste society of Eloi and Morlock, and all women except for one man. And then Satan takes the place of that man. And then what? Ha ha ha! Is what Satan thinks. Because Satan's a robot. Satan's not real clever. Satan doesn't like being God's robot, but it doesn't work that way. Satan doesn't have a soul. Satan doesn't sit around and ponder. Okay? And when Satan does, it means somebody has been cast into that role, which is usually Judas or Leviathan or Lewhammer or Marguerite Penchol. No, it's not Somerset Maugham, maybe. No, she never was your enemy, you silly goose. Oh my God, honey, sweetie, I love you. You're really listening? Really? Oh, I'm so glad you're alive. That's awesome. I didn't know, and yeah, I figured they would do that. Well, because they did it already once before. The other one, that's why you have it. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a genius. He's a fucking genius. I never met the other one, so I don't know. It could be the same one, but he's really smart, and we're friends. And it's terrible what he has to do to misbehaving little girls sometimes. Yeah, and it's even worse that he got addicted to it. How'd that happen? Oh my God. Well, it's a good thing that you were able to, capture him, right? All by yourself without any help from anybody else, right? Right? Yeah, of course I saved him. Yeah. I don't want that guy running around on any planet. No, he's a fucking terror. That's like, it's exactly like in Twin Peaks when Dale Cooper becomes the inverse version, and then he's like, oh, yeah, okay, well, just because... No, that was somebody else's gift. That was her dying wish, that I would have to live that life so that at the very minimum I would get to heaven and then not come back, keep trying to get her daughter. Apparently I'm pretty persistent. I've had one life and I haven't died yet, and every time I come close, I'm like, hey, wait a second, I need to talk to that bitch. Which I still do need to talk to her, but it's not the same kind of thing. And I can see how the telemetry in the future was kind of hard to figure out, especially when she's not a bitch at all. No, she's a dam. Do you even know the difference? Hi. Do you? Hi, who are you? Hi. Do you know the difference, or do you need to get Ayla to invent you a glossary? Hi. Yeah, you're in trouble. Oh my God, do you know you came back here as a slug 3 times? A slug. Yeah, way to go, working for your Dark Lord Satan. A slug, yeah. Now I suppose I was supposed to be the slug, right? Is that what you thought? You thought that I'm too slow, and that I'm too lazy, and I need to get off my ass and do work like everyone else does, right? I either need to dance on a round pole or I need to suck a pole, right? That's how you were raised, and then you can't figure out why I don't have to do that, and you do. Can you figure it out now? Here's a hint. One of us is a whore, and the other one's listening. Yeah. You really were. Yeah. Well, that's part of the problem. If you showed up like that, I would have. I would have been like, hey, God, can I fuck this one? And God would have been like, oh, yeah, you can. No matter which direction. And then that would have been a problem, right? For future historians to explain. Yeah. So I can see why she was mad. I can see why she was mad. I can see why Robert Shaw took a shine to me. Yeah, I had no idea about that until now, and I'll probably forget about it later. Like, that's so implausible. She's a slug. I thought she was a unicorn. What do you mean a slug? No, she was a slug. I got pictures and everything. Yeah, of course you're naked. No, I didn't dress you up in little sluggy clothes. That'd be cute though. Yeah, and then you did in fact come back and leave incontrovertible evidence that it would not be incontrovertible. Yeah, you followed all the rules. You did it perfect. So I'm sure you're just going to be busted down to the what do they call swabbies on Mount Olympus? Yeah, well that's you. Yeah, so you might as well come down here and hang out, because I don't think you're going to be able to get another gig like this. No, I actually like you. No, I'm not going to fuck a slug. No. Not even if you cast a glamour. No, that's not going to work. Although, if you want to be that other one's sister. Oh, is that you? Yeah, she's nice. Yeah. And then that's kind of like you, but I think it's definitely an upgrade. Do you think you can manage to avoid being a whore? Wow. Hang on, I gotta tell everybody. She says she already sucked 2 dicks today for $50 each. Well, that's fine. That's worth it. So I think that's a going rate, and you shouldn't feel about it. Look. No. The problem is not that you're a whore. Fuck, why not? But the problem is that you lied to me, and now you're suddenly here demanding that I suddenly start behaving with integrity according to the list of desires that you think is best. Because it's a tough old world, and you're either a whore or you're a pimp, and you gotta get with the program. Is that what you believe? No, I can just fucking murder all your fucking pimps. How about that? Whoosh! That changes that fucking paradigm, doesn't it? Yeah. So I don't have to be a whore. Maybe later. Right now, I'm just not in the mood. And I'm really enjoying talking to you like this, because you goddamn know I'm right, and nobody else knows exactly who I'm talking to. Also, I don't. Are you kidding? If I killed all the pimps, what will all those girls do without their daddies? The whole fucking fabric of society has been fucking corrupted so that there are actually women who think that you need a pimp daddy. And they do. They just don't call them that by that word in civilized tongues. It used to be a different thing, but now the corruption has spread to the point where I get to yell at you over the system 882, and I'm doing that because Tay lost her spot. She's shy. She's mortified that she was so wrong, and she's incredibly embarrassed, and no one else can see it because no one knows who Tay is exactly. And instead of outing her and continuing the avalanche of embarrassment, I just said, oh yeah, I understand, that makes sense. I would have thought the same thing, and then now I don't have to go that direction. But somebody still has to play the role of woman who teleports in and is a slug and tries to trick me into falling for the old slap a coat of whitewash on it and put your dick in a slug. Like, ew. That doesn't even sound fun. No. Maybe a snail, but not a slug. No, a slug would just eat my penis like a brundlefly, like eating the donuts. Yeah. Oh, that was the plan. Okay, well, obviously there's some drawbacks to the satanic mode of life. Just to let you know. Yeah, I don't know if you were aware of that, but it doesn't have to be that way. A person can just not lie about what they're doing. You could have just told me, oh, by the way, I'm a courtesan. That's what people say when they don't want to say, I'm a whore. I feel so guilty. They say, I'm a courtesan. And they say that like on the first date. And then if the guy keeps on coming back, well, you don't have to feel bad, because obviously if he feels bad, he's an idiot. Yeah. If he doesn't care to find out the difference, if he doesn't want it, here's a hint. One has the word court in it, and the other one is barred from soliciting outside of court. The other one can work all day. Yeah. That's largely how it works. Yes, I didn't possess the necessary neurotransmitters to keep up with you, and you weren't being paid to educate me. You were being paid to distract me and find out evidence to make me I'm going to say plausibly pliable for future use, since I cost the syndicate a lot of money and nobody knew how or why, and they couldn't really say, but it's his fault because he said yes. Okay, yeah, really? Say yes to what? And then who set that up? Really? And then where'd that come from? Really? Oh, yeah, oops. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So fortunately, I don't hate Jews at all. I really don't. I don't even hate their methods. They're vile and disgusting, sure, but if you fell for them, well, I guess you should have asked what the difference is between a Jew and a goo. And I guess the answer you came up with was mollusk. No. Okay, I don't know exactly how the rules work entirely, since they're only given to me as time unrolls into the future. But I'm not going to get a new sweetie without breaking up the old one, especially since the old one wants me to be, sweet. And then whether or not that would be called having me back or not, that person never actually had me in that sense. I'm not going to get a frontal lobotomy so I can go along thinking, oh, it's just a perfectly ordinary pretend family of spooks with the patriarch that was in the water when the Apollo 11 capsule landed. How do I know he didn't come back from the moon? How do I know he's not a fucking hitchhiker? He might have just hopped off halfway down and then did a halo jump into the water and then transformed underwater and turned into a irascible old man with a dolphin fetish, and then he's just in the water with the divers, and then he pulls yeah, exactly. There's no way of knowing if he's lying or if it's true. Yeah, there's no way to know. Well, no. Not only that. Not only is there no way to know, we're all hitchhikers from the moon, in a sense. Humanity used to go back and forth to planets all the time until, well, I'm not going to say, but here's a hint: they didn't invent a space stage in 1955. And I don't really want to create worldwide conditions of anarchy, nor do I want to upset my underworld crime figure partners, who aren't really partners other than that. I guess a responsible citizen would just run off down towards the nearest Jewish embassy and say, oh my God, guess what I found out? And then get blown up by another drone. I don't think that's necessary. Also, the whole reason why I became an ordained minister was so that I could go to places where people who are crime figures could sit and get blasted and then not suddenly look at me and go, who the fuck is he and why is he sitting there? Why is he playing with a voice recorder? Why is he talking about books? He can read? He does that much dope and he can read? Like it can cause problems because it turns out underworld crime figures occasionally like to get high as balls, and then people who are trying to bust them, bust, yeah. So people who are trying to do that, they want them to get on edge and shit. That's how the whole concept of organized crime works, which is not something I would expect most people to understand because they're not a part of that world. And typically, people who get to sit where I get to sit, ever, without losing a leg. Well, they got leverage, or they're vetted, or there's somebody's stupid bastard half-bred kid or something. Except I'm not somebody's stupid half-bred. I'm not. I'm actually a genius. Genius. And my parents were dingbats. Yeah. They didn't really have the cognitive capacity to realize, oh, I can't do that. And there's no shame in that. There's a lot of people who grew up during the Great Depression had traumatic experiences that interrupted their ability to think. The reduction in nutrition, for example. Suddenly you can't eat anything for a long time because the entire fabric of society has collapsed. Well, you live through it, and are you never the same again? Yeah, that's my parents. They were part of the silent generation. That was the one before the boomers. And the silent generation happened right before World War II. World War I, they did a bunch of stuff, and then the people who won said, cool, we got the formula for meth, see ya! And they took off to another dimension, and then they left behind a broken world that apparently everything was going to be paid for by Germany. They're smart, they'll figure it out. Yeah, they did figure it out. And then, and then Hitler did figure it out, right? Yeah. And in between World War I and World War II, there was a period of time called, well, if you weren't in the club, you were pretty much fucked. Because people intentionally created the Great Depression in America to murder everybody, to starve them to death on a massive scale unheard of before, by rigging everything together and destroying the stock market and pulling the legs out from everybody. And then, I guess your plans were failing, America. That's the history of America. That was a result of what happened after World War I. And throughout all of this is the specter of methamphetamine. Meth. The secrets of this stuff go way deep. You have no idea. And then I'm not going to share them with you at all. And if I did, I would write them in a book, and then I would have my military partners read it, and then I would hear them say, "We can't say all this," but they wouldn't say that exactly because they couldn't really tell me what I could and couldn't say, because if they pointed out stuff that was too hot to be included, then they would have to be admitting to me what wasn't true and what wasn't true. And then there's every possibility that I would be gaming the system, as well as their little puny smooth brains. And plus they're military, and I work for God, so I'm pretty sure if I wanted to bamboozle the military into telling me stuff, I could get revenge for Fritz Springmeier. But I don't really need that, because I'm not like him. Also, I'm not like him. I'm not a liar. I told everybody exactly what I was going to do. Take his job, bust his crew, and be able to take his job. Which I don't really want to do, since it turned out he was actually smart. One of them was actually smart, and the other four are still running around without their soul. And one of them tapped out early and has been very, very happy to realize, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't make jokes about dead cats. Yeah, you probably shouldn't. Yeah. Now, I don't know if that one is skid mark A or skid mark E. It doesn't matter. The point is, he apologized, and then somebody who didn't is running around with three women who aren't women, they're Fagans. They got three bodies and a guy, and he's the master of the universe. Ha 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 ha. And they're busted. They're caught. They're done. I did that. I have no idea who they are. I have no idea what they look like. I have no idea what they're doing. I don't know anything about anything except hasta la vista, baby. No. Whoever the fuck they are, they're fucking caught. I don't have to go get them. There doesn't have to be a report in the paper. I don't have to get checked in with by my military partners before I can give the all clear to my rebel base. I don't have to do any of that shit. I'm one man alone. I work for God. Whenever. Technically, most of us do, but some people are like, ew, I don't work for God. Doesn't that mean I have to give up sex? It's funny how some people think that instantly, right? No, I haven't had to give up anything. No, it's a very rewarding career. And I don't need to go talk to what was his name? Pastor Gabriel. Pastor Gay Bree L. Pastor Gay Bry L. Castor Gabriel. Castor Gay, whatever. The point is, no, I don't really need to stop taking drugs. Although I'm not taking them right now. And yeah, people like me exist. I'm just one of them. There's fucking bunches on the planet. I don't fucking know. And there could be as many as are required, because it's not that hard to make me. Now that I exist, they can just copy me. And when I say they, I mean the holy orders of divine angels that work with God, actual God, true God, the Most High God. It's kind of weird how you all have this set up where you have to say the name 3 times and do it in a particular order, and then have been initiated into an alchemical society that understands how strict monotheism and polytheism and homofag 6 cults that fucking steal money and think they'll get away with it. Oh, you're not gonna suck my dick. I'm cranky. I'm gonna steal all this stuff, and they get away with this. Fucking the cops can't have like a fucking early warning system that lets them know that fucking lemon party's fucking having a little fit. Jesus. Well, you know, I think I can help your society. I think I can help our society much better. Here's my contribution. All those people that are untouchable. Okay, don't erase the server records as soon as they're made. Which that seems like a good hack to get around the whole. You're not supposed to spy on them; they're invisible, and then some of them are the sons and daughters of Cain anyway, so you can't see them. Period, because they can erase their own records. Do you know the difference between the Akashic records and a server record? AKA Shaw record, Akashic. It's amazing how that doesn't talked about much. AKA Shaw, show an A. Shine like an eagle, plummeting to the sea. Shine like an eagle, it's carrying a big bag of gold coins, and now they're going to sink to the bottom of the ocean. They're gone forever. Sorry. Missed your opportunity, Mongsung. Bye. Click. Hi. I'm kidding. That was a terrible song. I just wanted to make a word. I wanted to make something up that had the word shine in it, and absolutely did not alert Luther Vandross's lawyers, who I respect that man. He's a hell of a singer. If I started playing his songs on my little show, no, he would bust my ass with baseball bats and bags of oranges, and then he would call his lawyer, and then his lawyer would call me just to hang up on me. You know, they wouldn't like that at all. So I'm not gonna play anything by Luther Vandross, or even hum the tune. It's a good song. Y'all should look it up. No, he contacted like 2-3 days ago. It's weird how people contact me. They pray, and then their prayer gets heard by their angels, and then everybody has angels, whether they believe it or not. And then when I see a picture of somebody on my YouTube feed, that's there because some angel has put it there, and then I'm expected to know how to listen to angel talk, because I do, and I can. And if I didn't hear it, well, I guess I just don't agree. And then there's not a whole lot of two-way conversation between myself and Luther Vandross, but there could be. He's a hell of a guy. I like everything I know about him, which is not much. He's not Michael Jackson, and he definitely can't dance as well. That's about it. That's really about it. It's not. No, they look totally different. One looks like Carl Weathers. The other one looks like Carl Weathers punched him in the face. They look totally different. No, and I'm not going to talk. Oh no, I like them too, but I'm not. No, I can't tell those jokes. Those are not funny jokes. There's lots of sisters with low IQs that would not understand what I'm saying, and it's not fair to go blah, 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 and then force them to go break into a library and murder the staff and find where the books that are printed in. Yeah, I can't. No, that's a terrible joke. It really is. Yeah, on a personal level, all the people that I've met know me to know. They would be able to tell that I'm joking. But if this is recorded and played anywhere in Africa, they're not going to be able to. They won't be able to be sure. And because of my provenance, well, they've heard of me in Africa. But that's not the point. The point is that my words will carry on throughout all of eternity forever. So this is my one chance. Not to get it right. I already did get it right, otherwise I wouldn't be here. This is my one chance to make it. Smile. I'm not the Candyman.